everyone, hope you're okay. So today I am doing a what's on my iPhone / how I edit my Instagram pictures video. I have been wanting to do a what's on my iPhone video for quite some time, and this is actually the third time I think that I have filmed this, so fingers crossed this one will go right. I've just had a multitude of things go wrong with the other one, so fingers crossed today will go right. And today I'm also adding on how I edit my Instagram pictures, because a lot of you have been asking recently on Instagram and in the comments of my videos how I edit my photos, because I am one of those people that likes to have a bit of a theme on my Instagram, so I thought I'd show you exactly what I do to make my pictures look the way that they do. So yeah, I love watching these videos. I think they're really good because you can discover like new apps, and I just like being nosy and seeing what people have on their phones. I'm just a bit of a nosy Nora. So yeah, let's just get started and we'll see what's on my phone. Okay, so when you get onto my home screen, I literally have this background that I think I just got from Pinterest or somewhere. It's just like this pale kind of pasteline gold background, and I just thought it was quite cute. So on my kind of home screen, I've got the usual social media apps: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. So if we go into my Twitter, if you're not following me on Twitter or any of my social media, I will pop the link down below, so make sure you come over and say hi. So yeah, this is just my Twitter. I'm literally on Twitter all the time. I'm obsessed with it. So yeah, this is me here. So then we've got Facebook, very boring. Then we've got Instagram. I am obsessed again with Instagram. Like, Instagram is just my fave, probably social media at the moment. It has been for quite some time. This is the last picture that I Instagrammed. Oh, I've had a picture tagged with me, how exciting. But yeah, this is my Instagram feed, and like I said, I will be showing you later how I edit my Instagram photos. So yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. My username is @Dizzybrunette3. But yeah, I'm absolutely just obsessed with Instagram. I can't get enough, basically. Then I've got the Messenger app, which is the Facebook Messenger app, like it used to be Facebook Chat, and I've got WhatsApp, so that's all very kind of boring, mumbo jumbo. Then we move on to the next page, and yes, I do not like updating my apps. My boyfriend always says it's weird because he says, like, doesn't that annoy you? And I'm like, not really, no. I don't really like change when it comes to my apps, so I don't really like updating them unless there's a really cool new feature. But basically, I like to have all of my apps in little folders, and I like them all in their little places. So first of all, I've got my blogging folder, which I don't really know why it's called a blogging folder, because it doesn't really have too much to do with blogging. But basically, just from the top right, we have Reward Star, which is an affiliate program for bloggers. And this is just the app that you can do. I do tend to not really use it that much. I find the app quite difficult to use, but I do use it a lot, like on my laptop and stuff. Then we've got Tumblr, which I am obsessed with, and I'm sure you guys all know that I'm obsessed with it. I literally just cannot get enough of Tumblr, and this is my profile. Again, you can follow me. Oh, there's a picture of Eleanor Calder, my fave. Oh, more Eleanor Calder. I promise it's not an Eleanor Calder tribute vlog, but yeah, I'm absolutely obsessed with Tumblr, and I just cannot get enough, basically. So yeah, definitely come and follow me, and I will follow you back, because I love finding new Tumblrs to follow. Then there's A Beautiful Mess, which is like a photo editing app, which is pretty cool, and you can do really cool stuff like add doodles like onto photos. Then I've got We Heart It, which I use as a place to get inspirational pictures from. I just find that there's loads and loads of pictures that I find inspiring on there that inspire me for blog posts or Instagram posts. My eyes are watering, and I don't know why. Next, I've got the YouTube app. I don't really tend to watch YouTube on my phone that often, but if I'm out and about, if there's something I really want to watch, or if I want to show someone a video, then I will have it on there. Then we've got Blog Lovin', which is my favourite kind of app to read blogs. I think it's one of the kind of only real kind of blog reading apps out there at the moment. I could be wrong though. And basically, I just follow all the blogs that I follow, obviously. And then obviously there's my blog on there too, which you can follow if you like. So yeah, this is my blog, and obviously you can follow it if you want, or if you don't want to, that's cool. But I use this app a lot to just kind of, when I'm on the go, I kind of go through and see what's going on and catch up on my favourite blogs. And then I also really like the popular pages, because that's where I find a lot of new blogs to follow. Also, I find Blog Lovin' a really cool place to find inspiration for new blog posts. So if you're ever kind of wondering, I don't know what to write about, go to Blog Lovin and go through the popular pages, and that will show you what kind of posts are popular right now, and it kind of shows you what kind of posts people like reading and they like saving. So I always kind of take inspiration from that and think, okay, these are the kind of posts that people like, so I kind of put my own spin on it. So it's a really good way to get inspiration, and it's also a really cool app to find lots of new blogs to follow, because I don't know about you, but I love finding new blogs to follow. Then we move on to VSCOcam, which is how I edit my Instagram photos, and I will be showing you in a minute how I do that exactly, but that is the app that I use to edit. Then we've got Pinterest. Obsessed with Pinterest. I spend half my life on Pinterest, like I'm not even joking. Had a bit of a change around of all my boards the other day, and I've kind of changed all the names and the covers. So yeah, my link will be down below if you want to follow me. So yeah, I love Pinterest. Then we've got Square Ready, which I don't really use anymore, but this is an app that you use to make your, if you want the white borders around your Instagram photos that people tend to have, this is the app that I used to use. I did try to play with that for a little while, and then I just couldn't be bothered, so I probably should get rid of that. Then we've got PicFix, which is another photo editing app that I used to use loads back in the day. Like 2-3 years ago, that was my go-to photo editing app. I don't use it anymore, probably should delete it. Then we've got Keek, which is literally like a video app, and to be honest, I never use this app that much. The only reason why I downloaded this app is because 5sauce always, well, they don't always, they used to post a lot of videos on there, and they're literally the only people that I follow, as you can tell. So yeah, that's the only reason why I watch it, because I couldn't watch their videos on Twitter. I had to download the app. Cool. And then we got Snapchat, which I am trying to get more into, but I am like a little old granny, and I'm kind of finding it hard to kind of get, I'm showing you like what's actually on my desk right now. As you can see, the bit that you can't see is a real mess. So yeah, I suppose I'm going to try and get into Snapchat a little bit more. My username is Dizzybrunette3 if you want to follow me. Yeah, I am trying to get into a little bit more. I am trying to update it, but yeah, I will try my very best. If you come follow me, I'll try my best to update it more often. And then we've got Afterlight, which is another photo editing app, which I rarely use. I know it's one of the other ones that people use a lot of, but for me, I prefer VSCOcam, so that's the one I use. Then we move on to the apps folder, which is kind of like general kind of weird apps. So I've got My EE, which is the network that I'm with to check my bill. Then I've got the Mail Online, because it's kind of like my guilty pleasure to check. Then I've got Sky Plus, which is really cool because you control your Skybox through your phone. So if you're out and about and think, oh, I have not taped Keeping Up with the Kardashians, you can go onto it, schedule it to record, so that's quite cool. Then I've got Rightmove to look at houses and flats and stuff, because I always have it on my phone because we rent, so I'm always looking for new stuff. And then I've got Idea Sketch, which is like a kind of memory board kind of thing. Then we've got Kudasign, which is an app where you can sign documents, because our printer is pretty much kaput. So when I have contracts through or documents that I need to sign, instead of having to print them off at like Henry's work, which is a bit naughty, I just download them onto my phone, sign it through this app, and it's good to go. So it's a really cool thing if you haven't got a printer or a scanner and you're out and about, so I quite recommend that. And then I've got Food Switch, which is this app that I saw in the gadget show, which basically you scan a food item and it tells you another food item that has like less salt and less sugar and less fat in, which is healthier. So it's quite interesting to see. Like, I went around all like the kitchen cupboards and was like, oh, what's healthier than this? And I had great fun because I'm a massive geek. And I've just realised I forgot the first page of this one, which is a bit idiotic of me. So the first page is Cam Scanner. Again, if you haven't got a scanner, you can use this to scan in documents, which is really helpful. BBC Weather, don't really say much about that. Ticketmaster for tickets, for concert tickets, so easy. I definitely recommend Ticketmaster if you're trying to get a ticket for a really like popular concert like the One Direction tour. That has never gone wrong with me. Like, I've always managed to get 1D tickets with that. Then we got Spotify, which again I'm obsessed with. It's just how I listen to my music all the time, and I'm always creating like cool playlists. Well, I think they're cool, probably no one else does. Then I've got Deliciously Ella, which is a app, and it's from this lady called Ella, obviously. You've probably heard of her because loads of bloggers go on about her. She has a blog and a cookbook, and I got the app which have loads of really kind of healthy, vegan, clean eating ideas. So I kind of go through this when I'm doing my meal plans for the week to see if there's anything that I fancy or I could use. So yeah, that's quite cool. And then I've just got like boring like NatWest, Apple Watch. I haven't got an Apple Watch, so I don't know why that's on there. Next we go on to the travel folder, and I have just 3 very boring travel things: the National Rail, Trainline and Uber. National Rail's for checking train times when I'm out and about. Trainline is for buying cheap train tickets, and Uber is obviously for when I'm in London, if I need to get a car, that's what I use. Then we have shopping, and I got a lot of notifications. We've got the Boots app, which is great for when you're in Boots. It has loads of offers for your Boots card and points and stuff, so that's really cool. Then I got the Tesco app, because if I'm out and about on the go, I will do my Tesco shop through the grocery store or the grocery app, because it's really, really easy to do. And I do tend to always get a shop delivered because I hate food shopping. It's like, I just hate it. Then I've got the Hunt, which I downloaded a few months ago, and basically it's this app that you kind of put stuff on and say, where's this from, and people kind of reply to you, so that's quite cool. But I like it for the trending bit, because people kind of upload loads of like kind of really cool stuff that you see on Tumblr or Pinterest, and then people say where it's from, so it's a good way of finding out where stuff that you kind of love on Tumblr and Pinterest are from, so that's the reason why I like it so much. Then I've got Depop, because one of these days I will get around to selling my clothes, and when I do it will be on Depop, but I just literally haven't got around to it yet, so I will do, and when I do, I'll put the link on Twitter if you want to buy my clothes, which is a bit weird. Then I've got Voucher Cloud, which is just basically an app where you get vouchers for like restaurants and shopping and stuff. So usually I look on that if we're looking for somewhere to eat out, because I quite like eating somewhere where you got a bit of a discount. And then the final section is the funny section, and I've got Flappy Bird, which is a game. It was really, really big like a couple of years ago, and then everyone went mad for it, and I was like, I'm not going to delete it off my phone because my phone could be worth more. I don't think it would be worth more now, but I've kept it on there. And then I've got this monkey app, which is from the film This Is 40. If you've seen it, you will know what it is. Oh, it's basically this monkey that you get to talk, and because I have like a really funny sense of humour, I think it's hilarious. So yeah, that's all the apps that are on my phone and the apps that I use regularly. Okay, so now I'm going to show you exactly how I edit my Instagram photos. So what I do is I go into VSCO Cam, once it opens for me, and basically I will just import a photo. So as you can see, I've just got a mixture of photos that I've imported and I edit. So let's just find one that I haven't edited that I can show you guys. It'd be good if you loaded. Okay, let's edit these chocolate eggs, because these have got a lot of colours in. So basically I take it to this page and it's not working, which is brilliant. There we go, we have liftoff. So what I do is I have a theme of my Instagram, and I like everything to be really, really bright and really, really colourful. I did go through like a moody Tumblr phase on my Instagram, but I wasn't 100% happy with it, and I thought, personally, I like pictures that are really, really bright and colourful, and I thought with spring coming along I would change things up, and I've had a lot of positive comments, so thank you. Right, so what I do is I go into like this little tool section down here, and you have a majority, like loads and loads of filters to choose from, and the one I always go for is F2. So I pop that on, and then I go across to this little spanner here, and I go straight to the shadows, because that's looking pretty shadowy. So I basically take all the shadows off, and then I go into exposure. If I am, well, I do 2 different things. If I'm putting up a selfie, I knock down the exposure to make me look a little bit more tanned and not like washed out, because I don't like being pale. But if it's a photo of like an object, I tend to whack the exposure up to about 2. I reckon I can get away with 2. Then I go on to temperature, and I like everything to have a cool / kind of bluey tone to it. So I usually knock the temperature down to about 2. And then I go across to fade, and I go to fade usually about 3, which kind of gives it that kind of almost kind of grungy Tumblr feel. Next I go to saturation, and this is where I have a lot of fun, because this is where you can put in loads of colours and make your photos really, really bright, and especially with a photo like this. So I just tend to whack the saturation up. Sometimes you'll pop it on and think, whoa, that's a bit too bright. So I think 6 is looking a bit too bright. So I'm just going to take it down. I reckon we can get away with 5. We're going to go for 5. And as you can see, it just makes the photo really, really like bright and fun. And I just absolutely love that. Then I go to the sharpen tool and just sharpen it to about Yep, there, just to make sure that you can see everything and everything looks really defined, because I think sometimes on your phone, like my phone takes blurry photos all the time. I'm just a rubbish photographer. But yeah, I just sharpen it, and then I go into the shadows and I go to the blue shadow. And sometimes, like on photos, you can really notice it if there's a lot of shadows. Obviously there's not, but I just kind of pop that to give a bit of a kind of bluey effect for everything. And then yeah, that is basically it. So I kind of, then I will save it to my camera roll. Today would be nice. Sometimes this app is so slow. And I will go across to Instagram. And there we have it. Literally just like that. And then I obviously just go next. Sometimes I do whack the brightness up a little bit more and the saturation a little bit more if needs be. But that is exactly how I edit my Instagram photos. It's quite easy. Just put on a filter like this one here. This one had a crazy amount of likes because it's just a bowl of sweets. Put up the brightness, put up the saturation, and Bob's your uncle. So that is exactly what is on my iPhone and how I edit my Instagram pictures. I hope you enjoyed this video. I feel like it's been quite a long one, but I feel like I have so much to kind of talk about, and I don't know really. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, so I'm gonna go now. So thank you for all watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and to subscribe too. And I will see you very, very soon in my next video. Bye.